US President Joe Biden seems to have lost the plot. There is another addition now to the list of embarrassing moments that he finds himself tackling. When asked for a comment on the Russia-Ukraine war itself, Joe Biden said that the Russian President Vladimir Putin is losing the war in Iraq. Not Ukraine, but Iraq. Listen to this first.
It's hard to tell, but he's clearly losing the war in Iraq. He's losing the war at home. And he has become a bit of a fly around the world.
Now, here's a reminder, it's 2023, not 2003, when the US and its allies invaded Iraq. Biden has a track record, you see, of slip-ups, both physical and verbal, and they are clearly not helping his cause. The 80-year-old faces elections next year. The Republicans have already made it a point to use his age against him. And Biden continues to give them fodder. I don't even have to go back much in time. Let's just consider the last few weeks itself. Only days ago, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on his maiden state visit to the US. The two leaders met at the White House. The event MC announced the Indian national anthem would play first, followed by that of America's. But it seems that President Biden was not listening. As the Indian national anthem started playing out, he raised his hand to his chest, mistaking it with the other anthem. Seemingly embarrassed and confused, Biden slowly lowered his hand to save face. But it was too late. Twitterati had a field day. One of the users said she was in tears laughing. And there's more. Earlier in June, it was the UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's first visit to the White House. First, President Biden butchered Rishi Sunak's name, and then he gave Sunak a whole new job title that does not even exist in the UK. He called him Mr. President. And even when he corrected himself, he jokingly said, "I'm just promoting you." Now, here's another one. Back in April, President Biden was on a 3-day visit to Ireland. He was delivering a speech in the Windsor pub. And he was actually trying to entertain the audience in a way by narrating an anecdote about a black tie. But he ended up embarrassing himself, confusing New Zealand's All Blacks rugby team with the British military force, the Black and Tans, the very force that actually terrorized Ireland. The White House had to cross out the slip-up in the official transcript. Now, it seems to be all fun and games until one realizes that these slip-ups come from the head of a country, one of the world's biggest superpowers at that. Biden's gaffes may make the US and its people burst out with laughter, but underneath that laughter is growing concern. Concern about the future of the country. And that also seems to be reflecting in President Biden's approval ratings. According to a Reuters Ipsos poll, only 41% of Americans approved of their president as of the 23rd of June. As many as 54% disapproved, while 5% remain undecided. You see, Biden's approval ratings have fallen close to the lowest level during his presidency, which has been 36%, by the way. So, does his age have a role to play here? Is it because of his frequent slip-ups? Biden's physicians have declared him, credibly, in good physical and mental shape relative to his years. His age might not be a decisive issue, but it is a real one. And it may be in Biden's favor to address the elephant in the room. And he seems to be doing exactly that, by the way. In the past few weeks, he has increasingly made his age the punchline. He often says that he has been around a long time, both joking about his age and also highlighting his experience in the office. Recently, at an event addressing gun violence, he said, and I'm quoting, "I've been doing this a long time. I know I don't look that old. I know I'm a little under 103. The line got some good laughter from the crowd. While it may work well for Biden to indulge in self-deprecating humor like this, the people also have a right to know about his health and about what he is doing to maintain it. To discuss a few health issues, President Biden has started using a treatment device to treat sleep apnea. The medical announcement coming after reporters spotted marks on his face, which were from the mask used to help him breathe at night. He also suffers from stiffened gait due to spondylitis of the spine. Maybe that's why he keeps falling every now and then, perhaps. The coming months are not going to be easy for President Biden. If he really wants to secure another term, he will have to campaign rigorously, travel frequently, address multiple conferences, deliver countless speeches. He will have to continuously interact with the public, especially with reporters. And a lot of these interactions will be in settings that are not tightly controlled by the White House staff. So is he ready for that, is the question. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.